strikes the Ohio Valley, you can trust the Storm Tracker 7 weather team to help you plan your day. Our experienced meteorologists stay connected with you on TV, online, and on social. Get your weather information straight from a local source. We'll help you be prepared and make sure you'll never be surprised.
And we do expect dry conditions overnight, tonight, and all day tomorrow.
Meteorologist Dr. Dave Walker, Aaron Mylar, and me, Zach Petty, the Storm Tracker 7 weather team, working for you.
Kamala Harris, African-American, Asian, woman, Vice President of the United States of America, born in Oakland, California, graduated from Howard University and the University of California, District Attorney for San Francisco, became the Attorney General and also the Senator from California. That ought to tell girls, women, people that impossible dreams do come true. That's not just Black history, that's American history.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. We look for mostly cloudy skies, a few snow showers on and off through the day. A couple of inches can be expected in some higher elevations. Daytime high near 32 degrees. Your overnight low of 22 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, lingering snow showers. You'll see mostly cloudy skies for the start of your Tuesday. Clouds breaking in the afternoon for some sunshine. Still stays cold with temperatures in the upper 20s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
The following program is brought to you in living color on NBC.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
Monday, so good to me. Monday morning, it was all I hoped it would be. Oh, Monday morning couldn't guarantee that Monday evening you would still be here with me.
And welcome to the February 1st edition of the Variety Show. Behind this mic, Bill DeFabio. Behind the glass, Lola Miller. I was reading, Lola, about the Punxsutawney Phil will be virtual tomorrow. How do they do that? Is it you got to Zoom to catch the groundhog, whether he comes out of the hole or not?
Yeah. Don't we all see it virtually anyway?
That's true,
Except
too.
for the few idiots that go up there and freeze to death.
Yeah.
You know, it's just silly.
That was not a big thing when I was growing up as little Billy, but I guess now it's like Groundhog Day over and over and over again.
Wow.
A lot on the plate today. This is the week that we have some former players, Steelers and other guys, that's played in Super Bowl, since the Steelers, of course, are not going to be in a Super Bowl. How about tomorrow? Number 76, John Banaszak, to talk about his 3 Super Bowl rings. Art Rooney Jr. will be with us tomorrow. He was the one to put together that great draft in 1974. You know, Stallworth, Swan, Lambert, and some guy from Wisconsin named Webster. So we're just doing our thing. Today, well, later on in the show, we're going to celebrate the anniversary of the Steelers when they played Arizona with Bill Hillgrove. And DJ Avicello will be here to talk hockey. The legend will be here to talk about some possibilities on odds on quarterbacks who are not employed but probably will be traded. Right now, we're going back in the DeFabio time machine. And this was in September. I think it was in Atlanta. Here we go. I remember the day because I introduced the Steelers offense. And now, let's meet the Steelers offensive unit. From the University of Kentucky, a Wildcat, Pro Bowler, number 63, Dermontti Dawson. Super Bowl 30.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Dermontti, remember that? We're going way back.
I sure do, man. Hey, I tell you what, I love Eye of the Tiger, that soundtrack. Because,
Well, I know the
that's
team liked it too.
boy.
That's how you were introduced.
Yeah,
Today,
yeah.
I don't know half of the songs that are played, but whatever.
I don't either.
Yeah, okay, all right. Has it been how many years? Super Bowl 30. A lot, right? Yeah.
Oh, man, it's been a long time. It's a long time. This is Super Bowl 55. Boy,
Yeah. Oh,
25
yeah.
years ago.
Has it been that many? Yeah. Oh, boy.
Yeah, yeah.
Today's the anniversary of Super Bowl, boom, 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 43, when the Steelers played Arizona and beat Arizona 27-23. Santonio Holmes, you'll like this because used to be part owner of the Wild Things. Santonio Holmes makes a brilliant 6-yard catch deep in the right corner of the end zone with 35 seconds left. You ought to see Santonio. We had him throwing out the first pitch at the Wild Things. He threw a perfect strike, but he was too old to sign. You know what I mean?
I hear you. I hear you. When I threw out that first pitch, I had a bad shoulder. So,
Oh, come on. I remember that.
But you know what? No, Bill. I made it to the glove, though.
Well, you
I
made
didn't
it to the
bounce
glove after it took 4 hops, Dermonti. Come on. No, I think it was 1 hop, wasn't it? Right after
Yeah,
you threw it across the plate.
Yeah, thank goodness it didn't go past the catcher.
That was.
But you know what? Hey, Bill. In my defense, I had to have my right shoulder replaced, so I had a bad shoulder at that time. So
Yeah.
now I'm good.
Yep, you're good. And I think I've told this story 1,000 times. Pouncey used to, tease me a lot because he'd come up to me and say, I had a good game. DeFabe, called me DeFabe. And I said, you know what, Pounce, you were good, but you're no Dermonti Dawson. And he'd laugh. So one day I left a Dermonti Dawson bobblehead in his locker. And he said, man, I owe you one. I said, give me a signed game jersey and I'll put it out on charity. Make some money of it. I'm still waiting, but that's okay. But I used to tease you, Dermonti. I used to tease you.
I know that you're no Mike Webster.
Yeah, you're no Mike Webster. I was crazy.
Right. That's right.
I was crazy back then.
Oh, that's all right, Bill. Hey, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But, the Steelers were so fortunate, and I remember watching a pretty good center at Forbes Field and Pitt Stadium, then Three River Stadium, Ray Mansfield.
Ray Mansfield, yeah.
He was a very good center.
It's amazing. Well, hey, Bill, it's amazing, man. Just the lineage with the Steelers center.
Yeah.
And, what they've accomplished individually. I mean, it's amazing.
I'm still mad at you, Dermonti.
Why?
You didn't have me introduce you at the Hall of Fame ceremonies.
Oh, well, I'm sorry, Bill. Hey, my high school coach, man, Steve Parker, was instrumental in getting me to play football as opposed to track and field.
Yeah.
So I had to have him introduce me,
I've been to so many of those. I even went to those where there were no Steelers. Because, I wanted to meet former Green Bay Packers. I got to meet a guy I didn't like, Roger Staubach, and then I found out he was the nicest guy in the world, Walter Payton. His son made me cry when he spoke for Walter, But that's always a good thing. Then they expanded it, That was a small building, remember, with the steps and everything? And now
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. When were you inducted? I forgot.
And everything else, right on the field.
Yeah, when were you inducted? I forgot.
2012.
Okay. All right. Yeah, and
I can't believe it's been that long ago. Next year it'll be a 10-year anniversary for me.
Yeah, do you go to those things?
I do. I go every year. I'm not going to miss it, because it's an honor to be enshrined. So I want to go back and share it with all the other guys.
Well, this year you got a boatload of people going, and it's a shame, and you and I will agree with this. There should be a couple of more Steelers going, but, the young guys who vote today, the young guys, a lot of them never seen some of these people we mentioned. L.C. Greenwood should be in.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Andy Russell should be in. But I'm glad our buddy, Bill Nunn looks like he's going to go in. Troy Polamalu. By the way, you got to get the book. Jim Wexell, Troy Polamalu. It's one of the best sports books I've ever read, and most of them stink. This is a classic. All right?
Yeah, I've got it written down right here. I've got it written down.
Polamalu. Don't ask me to spell it. Jim Wexell.
Oh, I can't spell it either. Wexell.
Jim Wexell. W-E-X-E-L. I'll text you. I'll text you how you can order because he hasn't made a deal yet with Borders or whatever bookstores are left, if there's any. Where are you calling from?
Hey, Bill, you said it was self-published too, wasn't it?
Yes. Yep. That way he can make a couple of bucks. So.
Gotcha.
It's a great book. You got to get it. How his family lived on Spam and the workouts, the toughness of his family to survive. Because I think there were 8,000 kids named Polamalu, but and as a player, he was a great one, a character guy. Didn't say much.
He was.
He left his actions on the playing field. He was one of those guys that would hit his grandmother and help her off the ground after he smacked her. And I used to tease him. Troy, you're doing real well, but you're no Ed Reed. So.
That I heard that. Well, hey, I tell you what, he's out here in the events here in California.
Yeah. Well, he used to tell me, he says, well, you're good, Bill, but you're no Bob Costas. And I said, I know. I'm trying. But
Stay back.
Yeah. Well, back then you could have fun. Today you're afraid to say anything, and now we can't get in the locker rooms, which I think the coaches and management like that because we got a Zoom now, you know? Oh, boy. All right, let's talk about...
Are you talking about now are you talking about COVID?
Yes.
You can't go in locker rooms now?
Nope.
Okay, yeah.
No more free meals. You know, we used to eat with the players in the cafeteria. Yeah. And I used to go back and get a doggy bag.
Things have changed all over the league now.
Yeah, and the players have changed. They're not like you guys or the guys from the 70s. Today it's all about how much more money I can make. I'm going to make money, podcast, social media, you know, whatever. But let's talk about, let's go back into the Fabio time machine. I remember it was a crazy week. When I got off the plane, they didn't have a room for me. And I'm thinking, you got to be kidding me. And I couldn't find a place. So Joe Gordon, who gave me a lot of phone numbers over the weekend to talk some ex-Steelers, he said, if you don't mind answering the phone sometimes, do you want the PR office? It's got a bed, big bathroom. I said, yeah, I'll take it. Well, I didn't know that like 3 and 4 in the morning, people would call, Joe, did you get my tickets? Where do I pick up my tickets for will call? This isn't Joe, okay. But you know what? I had food sent to me, and Joe took care of a lot of people, as you well know, and he took care of this guy, you know. He and Dan
Gordon
Rooney
was a great guy.
And he and Dan Rooney started my network with sponsors and stuff, and it was great. And you know, my heart's broken because Dan just lost his wife over the weekend. So you know, great lady, 88 years old. I guess she died in her sleep. So I can do stories with that. But let's talk about the Cowboys. Let's go back to Super Bowl 30. You guys were underdogs. You were playing America's team, which made me puke. But they had a lot of stars. In my opinion, you had a lot of grinders. Yourself, Levon Kirkland, Woods, you guys were good, but you were underdogs. Going into the game, I think there was a confidence level, maybe installed from Chuck Noll, how to beat the Cowboys, who were favorites.
Well, you know, and for us, I mean, you know, we were I think leading the league in rushing, I think, or maybe second in the league behind Dallas. And when we entered to the game, you know, Ryan Earhart, our coordinator, you know, that was our game plan going into the game, was to run the ball, because we knew that we could you know, run the ball against Dallas. But we started passing for some reason, and then, you know, of course, in the third quarter we had those unfortunate interceptions. But it was close. It was close to the first half.
Yeah.
I think it was like 7-13 or something like that at halftime.
Yeah.
And then we came out. I don't know if we got the ball in the third quarter or not, but you know, we were making some progress there.
Yes, you were.
You know, Ernie Mills and those guys, and Yancey Dixon, you know, catching some passes, Pegram and Bam Morris.
Oh, Bam Morris,
know,
what a character,
yeah. Big Bam as well.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys started the game
momentum
passing.
going.
I don't know why you started the game passing. You can always blame it on the offensive coordinator, but come on. Your running game was one of the best in the league.
I know. But, you know, I was talking to Ron Earhart before he passed away, and he said, Doss, he said, I'm sorry. He said, because that was his one regret for that Super Bowl 30, not running, running the ball and sticking with the game plan. For some reason, he just wanted to pass the ball, and it was the downfall of this.
Well, I know Neil O'Donnell, poor Neil, took a beating after the game. I told people he was colorblind and threw it to the wrong guy wearing the wrong jersey. So. Twice! He did it twice!
Hey, Bill, as painful as it is, man, you know, throwing an interception as a quarterback, I mean, no quarterback wants to throw an interception.
No.
You know, fumble or anything. So, you know, even me, you know, because Dallas defense, they had this slick substance on their jersey, like armor or something. So I had the gloves on, and so I rolled my hand under the ball and snapped the ball over Neil's head.
Wow.
Yeah, I had to take my gloves off and everything, you know, because I couldn't grab the ball.
Did they cheat, Dermani? Come on. Did they cheat?
Well, at that time, I think guys could do it on defense, but man, it was just so much armor on the jerseys that, you know, I kept complaining to the ref and everything else, and nobody did anything about it. So
your number was worn by a popular offensive lineman for the Raiders. He wore 63. What was his name? He was the president of the union for a while. Oakland Raiders, 63.
Oh, you're talking about I just went blank.
I just went blank. Why are we both going blank? Because our last name ends in D?
I don't know.
Like dummies?
Hey, Bill, it's getting worse. The older I get, the worse it is.
Oh, what the hell is his name? I can see his face. Well, anyhow, when the Steelers would play the Raiders in Oakland, and, you ask any Steeler that played in Oakland, the Raiders would put Vaseline and stuff on their jerseys. So Mean Joe and LC would, slide off,
Well, talking to Mike Haynes, he just talk about those guys, wearing the stickum.
Yeah, Fred Biletnikoff.
Yeah, all those guys used to wear all that stuff.
Yeah, now that was illegal. But, the Steelers claim that, the guy, who was the guy, Dirk DiNardo, slit the sidelines of the Raiders sidelines in that ice game, so Cliff Branch would, run down the field and slip and fall. And he said he was just watering the ice. Where the Raiders said, why would he do that right before the game on our sidelines? Well, he didn't want Biletnikoff. He didn't want Cliff Branch to, have a good start on running down the field. So everybody cheats, Everybody cheats.
Yeah, you just never know.
Yeah.
You never know. Oh, you know who? Hey, it came to me. Gene Upshaw.
Gene Upshaw.
Number 63, Raiders.
Yeah. Gene Upshaw. He was a good guy.
That's
right. That was a great rivalry.
Player too.
Great rivalry. Otis Sistrunk, I remember I compared him to Ernie Holmes, both a little bit crazy, especially when Ernie shaved his head with the arrow pointing down. You remember that?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, you're too young. Okay, all right. I also remember during Super Bowl week when you didn't have 6,000 reporters, none of them, it was quite a few dressed up as, well, whatever, they were different. But back then, not like today. Well, today there won't be no media week because the players don't come in until Friday. That'll be great. But back then, you only had maybe 1,500 reporters. And I remember on a Thursday, I was the only Pittsburgh reporter that wanted to go to interview the Dallas Cowboys at their hotel. So I'm there, and I know a lot of the guys there. I know the Dallas media, and I happen to have a terrible towel in my back pocket. So Michael Irvin, wise ass, saw the towel. He says, He says, you think that's going to help the Steelers? And I said, maybe it'll help you. And I threw it to him. And he threw it back at me and hit me in the face. He says, they're going to need more than a towel to beat America's team. And I guess he was right.
Yeah.
He popped off, but he could back it up. He could back it up,
He sure could. Hey, you think about how many Hall of Famers came from that team.
Yeah.
That team. They had a phenomenal team.
Yeah, that's true. They were great.
Got
to give them credit. But you take away one of those two interceptions, Neil. Are you listening? Take back one of the two, and maybe you're still in the game and can win it at the end. But that's the ball game.
Of course. I mean, they happened. We had two in the third quarter, and I think one in the fourth quarter towards the end of the game.
Yeah.
But trying to make something happen. But the two with Larry Brown in the third quarter that killed us.
Yeah.
Because it just killed our momentum, and then we didn't have time. The clock was against us at that time.
Yeah. You know what I remember? Halftime. You probably were getting instructions from the coaches. I can still see her leaning out of the helicopter as they landed on the field so she could sing all of her songs, and that was Diana Ross. I'm there looking up. I goes, what if she falls? I don't see a rope around her legs or anything, but it was unique. And back then, you always had like the Rolling Stones and all these famous groups from the 60s and 70s. And today they got groups, and I don't understand the music. I can't even figure out what they're dancing on the stage. But it's all different. I got to get...
Hey, music has evolved.
Oh, yeah. So, I'll still take the Temptations, the Spinners,
I like the old school music,
Yeah.
I like country.
Yeah.
I like pop, and I like rap. Well, I can't say I like rap as much as I used to, because now the guys, they don't even pronunciate words.
Yeah.
They make up words.
Yeah.
And I just don't like some of that rap anymore.
Yeah. By the way, we share something in common concerning Kentucky University. John Calipari is a good friend of mine, but a guy that played for your football team at Kentucky was a Steeler for a while till they traded him to New York, and that's a fullback, Doug Coder. Do you know if there's a statue in Kentucky? Well, he was there in 73, I think. You weren't very good in football. Admit it, Dermani. You never really had a good football team in Kentucky. It was all about basketball.
No. In the mid-'70s, 76 team, the squad, when those guys had a pretty good team with Art Steele and all those guys. They had a pretty decent team at that point.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've always struggled at football. It's always been basketball at the University of Kentucky.
Yep. And oh, by the way, I got to ask you this. This just came over the cell phone. One of the reasons I like cell phones. I don't know how much your rookie football card would be worth, but a signed Tom Brady rookie card, year 2000, just sold for $600,000.
What?
Yeah. I don't make this stuff up, Dermani.
Holy moly!
Yeah.
Hey, I need to dig through all my cards I have.
Yeah.
I have a nice little collection of cards, but they're in boxes in storage
Well,
that I've had for years.
you better get rid of them because you might have a nice retirement fund.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah. Well, Mickey Mantle
that
card.
crazy?
Yeah, 52 Mickey Mantle card last week sold for $5.2 million. Just a piece of cardboard. I got to ask you. I got to ask you because I like getting personal. Can you remember what the losing share was in Super Bowl 30?
The losing what?
The losing share. What the losers got in money. Was it about 30,000? 30?
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was 35,000.
Okay, yeah, I can't remember.
Because I remember the Steelers of the 70s, guys didn't make a lot of money, but they worked hard to get into the playoffs. And when they got in the playoffs, they got bonuses, and even the front office people got bonus money. So, they worked real hard. Yeah. We got to get to the Super Bowl to make, I think the Steelers got 18,000 when they won Super Bowl 13. 18,000.
Okay.
That is one Ben Roethlisberger interception. What, 13?
Well, hey, Bill, how much is it now, if the team makes it to the Super Bowl?
Oh, you would have to ask me when I didn't do my homework. Thank you, Dermani. You're getting even with me.
Oh, hey, Bill, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Well, hey, I just found out that, when the MVP of the Super Bowl, when they say I'm going to Disney World, that they get $75,000 to say that.
Yeah. You just wanted a bus ride to the airport, right?
Yeah.
Well, leave Neil O'Donnell home. Neil should still be in Phoenix. Whatever. No. Poor guy's taking a beating.
Oh, man.
Taking a beating.
It's amazing, right? Now, how much the players make, but it's all good though.
Yeah, it's all good.
If they can secure their livelihood, for life, hey, let them do it.
Yeah, Terry Bradshaw recently said no quarterback's worth 25 or 30 million. He said maybe 3 or 4 million. Come on, Brad. You made $475,000 your last year in football, and back then in '83, that was a lot of money. And you should be the first to realize you're one hit away from either losing a leg or having arthritis or concussions, and you don't know your name. So I don't care what any ball player makes. Baseball player, they can get hit in the head, they can have a knee surgery, whatever. Whatever they get, management makes more. Management has the money.
Yeah,
you don't see any teams selling right now, do you? Anybody selling?
No.
The cheapest people in football, the Cincinnati Bengals. Are they selling their team? No.
Not at all.
No.
Hey, Bill, you talk about arthritis. I've got to go to a rheumatologist Wednesday.
Yeah.
Because I've been having some issues with my body, and my blood test came back, my labs when I had my physical, and I just had all this inflammation in my body, and now I have to go see a rheumatologist.
Yeah, well, I got so much things wrong with
crazy.
me. Yeah, it would take me a day to tell you what's wrong with me. I think next up for me, a lobotomy.
So you don't know what's going on anymore?
I don't want to know what's going on anymore in this world. All I know is I'm always in contact with ex-Steelers because most of them were good guys, and you were one of the good guys. Even though I teased you, you teased me. You were one of
thank you.
Many centers that, Ray Mansfield, Dermani Dawson, throw in a Mike Webster, and now a Marquise Pouncey who will be in the Hall of Fame. Yes. I mean, no other team can say that,
No, I know. That's why it's an honor to, play for the Steelers in my whole career.
All right.
And it's great.
Once a Steeler, always a Steeler.
Always a Steeler.
Remember, Dermani, you're as good as Mike Webster. How about that?
Well, I appreciate that, Bill.
All right.
Thank you.
Let's keep in touch before we forget who we are.
You got it.
Okay. Hey, thank you, man. We'll talk to you real soon. And thank you for the Super Bowl
All
30
right,
memories. All right. Bye-bye.
All right, take care.
You too, man.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye. Speaking of rheumatism, arthritis, that's one of my guests tomorrow from Wheeling Hospital is Bill DeFabio needs a doctor. I have arthritis. Which one do you have, Lola? Is it rheumatism?
I have rheumatoid.
Rheumatoid.
Yes.
Well, maybe you'll learn something from Dr. Well, I have to learn how to pronounce her name. But she'll be with us at 1:35, or I think it's a male. I don't know. And then next week, I think it's irritable bowel syndrome, okay? No cures, but there are a lot of things that, like I can't have, like a lot of fried food, chocolate chip cookies, chocolate milk, okay, whatever. Don't eat anything before I go to bed. Like, I'm learning. Maybe one of the ailments will get better. I don't know. But always a pleasure to keep in touch with Dermani. And he was part owner of the Washington Wild Things at one time. And I remember him throwing the first pitch. He threw a strike. It wasn't perfect, but it crossed the plate. All right, coming up, we're going to take a break. At 12:45, when we take a break, Bill Hillgrove will join us because it's the anniversary of Super Bowl 43. All right? He was the broadcaster for the flagship station, and I got a surprise for Billy. I'm full of surprises today. February 1st, 2021. We'll be right back.
I'm Josh from Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. I hope you are staying healthy. We continue to respond to structural, fire, and water emergencies. We are combating COVID-19 with our highly trained staff and latest disinfection systems, providing preventative and reactive disinfection to facilities around the region, while working with area hospitals on isolation areas and air filtering. At Panhandle, we continue to follow social distancing and hygiene protocols. We are dedicated to our community, and together, we will get through this.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Hey man, what can I get you?
Yeah, can I have 2 Coors Lights?
You got it. Hey Mike! I need 2 Coors Lights!
Sure thing.
With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time. Here you go.
Thanks, Mike. Doing a great job. All right, 2 ice-cold Coors Lights.
That's the coldest beer I've ever had.
Hey, they don't call it the world's most refreshing beer for nothing.
Okay, be honest with me. Do you really have the Rocky Mountains in your beer cooler?
You don't believe it? Check it out.
Man, that's pretty amazing.
I know, right? I can't believe it myself sometimes. I mean, this cooler is only 3 feet wide.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
The weather will affect you every day, whether it's good or bad. The Storm Tracker 7 weather team is here to make sure you're never surprised. You can trust us to help you plan your day.
36 degrees here in Wheeling.
On TV, online, on your phone, our experienced meteorologists are here to help you prepare for what's ahead. Watch the Storm Tracker 7 weather team with Zach Petty, Aaron Myler, and me, Dr. Dave Walker. Weather coverage you can count on, working for you.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News, I'm Chris Lawrence. Hospitalizations due to COVID-19 in West Virginia down to 438. That's the lowest level since November 21st. Active COVID cases in the state have dropped to just more than 20,300, and that's the lowest number since December 12th. State coronavirus czar Dr. Clay Marsh.
When we initially went through the December holiday, given the timing right now, I would have bet you money that we would have had a terrible surge right now. But in fact, we don't.
He credits the state's aggressive COVID-19 vaccination program that's focused on older residents. Other figures from today's release, the daily positivity rate at 8.03%. There were a total of 4 fatalities. A dozen counties today are in red, and there have been 194,488 people who have received an initial dose of the vaccine and 68,392 fully vaccinated. A Sunday wreck in Randolph County claimed to life. Authorities say it happened Sunday evening near Helvetia when a woman lost control of her SUV, went off the road, and struck a tree. 2 small children also in the vehicle. They're being treated at a local hospital. The woman's name was not released. Much of the Mountain State getting a taste of winter today. Mountain counties in the Eastern Panhandle getting the biggest share of that, with winter storm warnings in effect for Preston, Tucker, Mineral, Hampshire, and Grant counties. Winter weather advisories in effect for just about every other county of the state, with the exception of the I-64 corridor between Charleston and Huntington and parts of west central West Virginia. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. In the 1930s, REA brought power to all homes across America, including rural parts of the nation. Today, a similar action's happening, only this time it's equipping America with broadband internet. And Appalachian Power is joining the effort.
Broadband expansion is the same way. And so just like we did rural electrification decades ago, this is using that same infrastructure to bring this modern technology, broadband, into areas that are difficult to serve.
Company spokesman Phil Moy. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Thank you for riding with the Watchdog. Live and local, just the way you like it. Give us a call and tell us what you're thinking. Locally, 304-214-1600. Out of the area, toll free, 866-514-1600 or 304-232-TALK.
And the hits just keep on coming. I could have probably talked another half hour with Dermonti Dawson. Good guy, good guy. This is a good guy, too. Had the pleasure of working with him for a few years and wish I could tell some stories away from the arenas and football fields, but that's between us because we always enjoyed each other's company. Let's welcome the voice of the Pitt Panthers. We won't talk about their basketball team, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Billy Hillgrove, how are you?
I'm good, Bill. How are you?
Why complain? When you get old, nobody cares.
That's right. Nobody cares.
Hey, you know, I just had Dermonti on, and he told me a couple of things I never knew about Super Bowl 30. You know, this was surprising to me. Ron Earhart changed the game plan at the beginning of the game because, you know, the Steelers had a lot of great running backs. They were second in the league in running, and he had the offense throwing a lot, which, of course, at the end, some big interceptions in the second half. But Dermonti was saying a lot of the Cowboys, they had some problems because they had Armor All on their jerseys, and he had to change gloves every couple of times. Sounds like the Raiders. Sounds like the Raiders when the Steelers played the Raiders. They'd use Vaseline when they played in Oakland. You know.
I'll never forget Jerry Olszewski telling me, Billy, you could see the quit in the Cowboys' eyes. Yeah. They wanted to get out of there and get on the bus and get to the airport and get the heck out of there. He said until Neil O'Donnell went into his act.
Yeah. Well, I told him. Well, I don't know if I told him because that was 20 minutes ago. I forgot what we talked about. I thought Dermonti, not Dermonti, but Neil was colorblind. He just threw to the guy he thought was wearing black and gold. Yeah. Poor Neil. He took a lot of beatings. But, you know, Ron Earhart admitted to Dermonti before he died, he apologized to Dermonti for changing the game plan. I never knew that. Did you?
No.
Well, but that was a fun Super Bowl. And
All I remember, not all I remember, but one of my vivid memories about that was that Myron and I took a cab to the stadium, and we get out of the cab, and the voice behind us in the car behind us yells, "They'll let anybody in here." And it was Chuck Noll.
Oh, my God. Chuck Noll with a sense of humor.
Oh, he had a great sense of humor.
Now, you weren't allowed to smoke in the press box, but I guess Myron was smoking, and next door was the commissioner.
No, that's kind of like convoluted.
Okay.
Myron was smoking in the booth when we played the Cardinals, and the Bidwells were in the booth next door.
Oh, okay.
And the smoke was going in there. No.
All right. I'm glad you got that straightened out. That would have been Super Bowl 43, right, with the Cardinals ownership?
No. It wasn't a Super Bowl. It was a regular Cardinals game at Sun Devil Stadium.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I've been there, too. I forget where I've been. I don't know where I am right now. Am I in Wheeling, Bill? Yeah, I'm in Wheeling. Lola's here. Okay, I like to look back. I don't like looking ahead. I don't like the future of a lot of sports and our business, but I like looking back. On this date, 2009, Ben Roethlisberger and the Steeler offense end a Super Bowl of incredible swings with a final minute touchdown, historic victory, 27-23 over Arizona. Santonio Holmes, who threw a perfect strike at a Wild Things game when he threw out the first pitch, makes a brilliant 6-yard catch deep in the right corner of the end zone, 35 seconds remaining, lifting the Steelers to a record-setting 6th Super Bowl win. But we all know, Billy, that the big play took place with James Harrison and the touchdown reception of 100 yards. The guy you're going to hear explain this, I'm sorry, you're good, Bill, but you're not as good as this guy. So give it a listen.
They're back. He throws the pass up. It's going to be picked off. James Harrison has it. He's running up the sideline. 25-30, 35-40. Still on his feet at the 45 and down. No, he's still on his feet. Here comes Harrison jumping over people to the 20, the 15, the 10, the 5. And that's a touchdown for Pittsburgh. An amazing play by James Harrison.
James Harrison is out on the field. He is totally exhausted. Steelers come with the blitz. Warner goes to his hot read. He's looking for Anquan Bolden. He thinks James Harrison is rushing, but from his outside spot, he buzzes the flat. James Harrison makes a great play. He starts taking off, man, and you talk about running out of gas. A silverback jumped on the back of the silverback. He makes guys miss, and then he gets a convoy. There's nobody there to make the tackle, and he runs. That is the biggest play of this football game.
A 100-yard touchdown return by James Harrison.
That was Bill Hillgrove, a clone. What'd you think, Billy?
I liked Tunch's review of the play. That was pretty descriptive, I thought.
Oh, yeah. Usually we like to keep it short, but, I had to keep Tunch in there. But what a great play. And now, I wouldn't play somebody else's voice on a big Steeler play, right? I wouldn't do that to you.
My ego could not handle it.
All right. What a great game. And, we all thought that, oh, boy, what was it? Kurt Warner was taking team downfield and he got intercepted. Is that how it ended?
No, it ended with, I think, a Lamar Woodley sack.
That's it. Yeah, number 13 is still looking up. Is there any time left on the clock? I got to go home a loser. But, yeah, that was a great game.
That final drive by the Steelers started with a holding call, so they had to overcome that.
Yeah, that's right.
And they got the ball, I think, with 2 minutes and 37 seconds left. They had the 2-minute warning timeout. But the amazing thing about that drive was that Ben's every single pass was on a Steelers player's hands.
Wow.
Santonio should have caught the one on the left side of the end zone. He did not, and Ben went right back to him on the right side of the end zone. And I think that drive was like 78 yards, and I think 73 of those were 4 catches by Santonio, obviously the MVP of the game.
Now, I watched the video of Harrison over and over again this morning. That's why I came in early. Biff, Mr. Notre Dame across the way, we won't talk about that basketball game against your Pitt team. But I watched it over and over and over again. And it looked like Larry Fitzgerald, number 11, could have had a shot at Harrison at about the 10-yard line, but didn't he get knocked out of bounds?
I don't know if he got knocked out or if he just decided to run out of bounds, but he ran out of bounds for about 20 or 30 yards.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, but what a great play. Maybe the greatest single play in Super Bowl history on the defense? I got to think so.
Oh, there's nothing even comes close.
You know. And now you still see James Harrison in that guy's house, and he tackles the guy in the front lawn.
That is a funny commercial.
Yeah, I wonder how many takes that would be, you know? Yeah.
I think they only had one, and the guy was in the hospital for 2 weeks.
Yeah, okay. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Some great Super Bowls by the Steelers. As much as I like that win over the Cardinals, I don't know if you were there working TV or what, but I thought Super Bowl 13 was one of the best ever played with the Cowboys and the Steelers. It was, 35-31. It was just a great game. Great game.
Yeah, Billy, I never was able to attend any of those because I was always the guy watching the paper stand.
Oh.
You know, Stan and John Steigerwald would go cover those things, and I had to stay home. Well, I had Pitt basketball as well, so I never got to see any of those.
Yeah, I know Stan because we sat together in auxiliary. You know, we weren't good enough to sit in the press box. We didn't need the press box. The press box is for writers so they can write, you know. But we just kept shaking our heads because, especially when, what was his name, Jackie Smith, write in the letters and he dropped it. And you can still you can see Tom Landry, his hat didn't fall off, but he was looking up at the skies saying, why me? Whatever. But that was a great game. Franco wanting the football so he could run over Hollywood Henderson because his mouth was all over the place, you know. Franco explained that play. I don't know what he did, but I remember when he said Bradshaw couldn't spell cat if you gave him the C and the T during Super Bowl week. But Franco wanted a piece of him, and he called the play, and he ran all over Hollywood and the rest of the defenders for a touchdown. It was just a great Super Bowl game, whether you were a Steelers fan, a Cowboys fan, or just a fan of football.
It sure was. It was a doozy.
Yeah. By the way, Billy, I got to ask you this. Do you have any, old cards of baseball or football players?
I haven't saved any, but there have been a few in my lifetime. But either my mom threw them out, or when I moved, I didn't take them with me. It's too bad.
This just in. Are you sitting down?
Yeah.
This isn't as big as the Mickey Mantle card that sold for $5.2 million about a week ago. This is a signed Tom Brady rookie card, 2000. It just sold for $600,000.
Whoa.
How about that?
Huh. Amazing.
Yeah. I think the most valuable baseball card I had, because I used to throw Mays, Aaron, Mantle against the wall, flipping cards. I have a signed press pass to Yankee Stadium for Game 5, I don't know, of the World Series, signed by Mass. That's about the only thing I got in cards that's left. So, yeah, I threw a lot of them away. Didn't like, if it wasn't a Pirate or a Steeler, I did. Oh, I got a Big Daddy Lipscomb rookie card, 1962. How much you want? How much you want to give me?
Well, I don't know, but it's got to be worth something.
Well, yeah. I would say, how about a beer? But you don't drink beer anymore. Maybe we'll meet and have coffee somewhere.
Well, that'd be fine.
How's that?
Hey, let's do it. I'd rather have a diner than go to one of those expensive places, though.
I still remember the Big East tournament when I couldn't wait to travel with you and Mr. Grote. Oh, I loved you guys. All the restaurants or bars had the red carpet ready for you guys, And I thought I could keep up with you, and I passed out on the couch at one of the bars at 2:30 in the morning. You guys are still going strong, and you had a game at 12. I don't know how you did it, but I think I just had a beer and some Coca-Cola, and I was out waiting for you guys. You guys were amazing. You really were.
There's something to be said for being on a first-name basis with New York City, Manhattan bartenders.
I know that for a fact. And we had a lot of great times on the road, and I miss those times, but, now that I'm like 69, can barely walk, I couldn't do that today. But I had great times with Billy Hillgrove and Dick Grote, and, it was just great. Who was a kid from New Jersey I teased a lot? He did color with us.
Billy Osborne.
Yeah, I used to tease him a lot. New Jersey. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's an ugly place to grow up. But we had good times. We had good times, Billy. Okay, we got a couple of minutes. Who do you like Sunday and why?
I'll root for the Kansas City Chiefs, AFC, but I admit he's the greatest quarterback ever, probably the most accurate passer in the history of the game. But for some reason, Tom Brady doesn't sit well with me. Never did, and it had maybe a little bit to do with being a Patriot, but he still doesn't sit well with me, and he's hard to root for. So I'll root for Kansas City.
I'm a little bit surprised because our good friend works for Tampa, Bruce Arians.
Oh, so does Roger Kingdom. He's their strength and conditioning coach.
I didn't know that. The Roger Kingdom, Mr. Olympic?
Yep.
I never knew that. Yeah, I'm not so smart as I think I am. Roger Kingdom. What a great name out of Pitt, right? Ooh. Oh, boy. All right. Who do you think will be MVP? Mahomes?
Something tells me it won't be.
Okay.
Something tells me it won't be Mahomes. Although, if he has another great game, it'd be hard not to give it to him. But it's going to be interesting. It's going to be a good game. Buccaneers have a chance. This is not a mismatch. But I just happen to think this year the AFC was better, decidedly better than the NFC. But in one game, anything can happen.
Yeah. And, it's hard to believe, but one of these two names I'm mentioning is going to take home a Super Bowl ring, Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown. How strange would that be?
It'd be different.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry that Steelers tried to make a trade, but nobody would take you. They were going to throw in a couple of draft picks and Bill Hillgrove to do the announcing and get in Matthew Stafford. What happened there, Billy?
We wouldn't do that to them.
I mentioned Matthew Stafford because the young lady across from me is a big Lions fan, and I told her this morning, Matthew's going to a better team. What a trade that was.
Boy, they gave up a lot, didn't they? Oh. Didn't the Rams give up a lot?
Oh, they gave up did they include the Coliseum? Here we go.
I don't know about that, but 2 first-round picks plus
a third-round pick. Yep.
Yeah.
And Jared Goff.
But that's what's happening today, probably more so than at any time where teams mortgage the future to keep that window open. Yeah. And I think the Rams just felt that they're a quarterback away from winning it all. And with that defense, who's to argue with them? But that's why I think, relating that to the local situation, I think Ben comes back. As long as he's a quarterback, you have a chance.
Yeah, I agree with you. Might have to take a small pay cut, which is a big pay cut if it's me or you, but that's okay. Yeah.
You think he could afford it?
Oh, I don't know. What, isn't there 22 million reasons why he probably will come back? And Dawson said they got about 30,000, or I think I reminded him because we're both losing our minds. We're finishing second at a Super Bowl. $30,000, That's one snap to Tom Brady, isn't it?
Well, Billy, in those days, the athletes, and this goes for all professional sports, they counted on that bonus money, making the playoffs and playing in the big game. They counted on that.
Yeah.
The athletes today, it's chump change.
Yeah. And I counted on the Steelers giving the media like special gifts like watches. I still have my AFC watch from the Super Bowl 30 or whatever. Yeah. It's 10-karat gold, Bill. You want to buy it?
I have 4 cushions from Super Bowl 43. I don't know how much they're worth.
Oh, okay. All right. I got a lot of
and,
those.
And a radio. A little smaller than a transistor radio, like, with a chip in it.
Yeah.
Where you could have tuned in either the Cardinal broadcast, the Steeler broadcast, or the NFL network.
Yeah. Billy, we got to go. Thank you for looking into the crystal ball and looking back. The good times.
Okay, Billy, thank you. Always a pleasure.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hillgrove. And we'll be back. We're going to talk hockey with DJ. What's this? The Nailers won over the weekend? Lola, is that true? Yeah. We got to go.
Don't you know it's a pity the days can't...
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
I'm Dave Packer. $1.9 trillion. Republicans countering the Biden COVID relief proposal with another at a third the cost. President Biden inviting the 10 Republicans who proposed it to the White House today. ABC Chief White House Correspondent Cecilia Vega.
It came after that group of 10 sent the president a letter, and he picked up the phone and called and invited them here for this meeting. Now, Republicans have said the president's nearly $2 trillion plan is basically just too high. But there are some areas of common ground that we're talking about. But that price tag, the big one, is the major sticking point. Republicans want to see this more in the range of that $600 billion, not the nearly $2 trillion President Biden is proposing.
This as the U.S. comes off its deadliest month yet in the pandemic. 95,000 American lives lost to COVID-19 in January. The CDC says some 13 million Americans have been vaccinated, but supply is short. New York City Mayor Bill de Blasio.
815,193 vaccinations given in New York City. Again, our goal had been 1 million. We would easily have made that goal if we had the supply.
And in the West.
On the website of the Snohomish Health District in Washington State today, it announces they are out of vaccine and mass vaccination sites are closed. But Dr. Chris Spitters with the health department says there will be more coming.
It may not be today or tomorrow or even this week, but you will get an appointment soon.
And in Arizona, the governor says his state is on the verge of running out of vaccine. Alex Stone, ABC News.
The storm in the east, New York City getting walloped with a blizzard, closing 2 of its 3 airports and threatening the third and shutting down all above ground subway stops. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo saying the storm's no joke.
Yes, we've had snowstorms before. Yes, we've been through it before. But this is a dangerous, life-threatening situation.
The governor and New York City's mayor ordering everyone except essential workers to stay at home. You're listening to ABC News.
It's totally normal to be constipated with belly pain, straining, and bloating again and again.
No way. You could have a chronic condition called irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives to help relieve belly pain and let you have more frequent and complete bowel movements. Individual results may vary. Do not give to children less than 6, and it should not be given to children 6 to less than 18. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor today. You may be able to save on Linzess and make fewer trips to the pharmacy. See if you're eligible to pay as little as $30 for 90 days. Visit linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
Confusion and frustration at mass vaccination sites, prompting some would-be recipients to wonder if it's worth getting the shot. ABC's Jim Ryan is in Dallas.
The city of Dallas sent out 10,000 invitations for its 5,000 doses, but many of those who were invited shared the link with others who weren't eligible. The result was a mass vaccination site clogged with people who couldn't get the shot anyway. Some legitimate invitations were turned down because the vaccine had run out.
It was a second weekend of dramatic protests in Russia.
Over 5,400 people were detained in Sunday's protests across Russia, according to a monitoring group. It highlights the huge security clampdown from authorities as people demonstrated for a second weekend running to call for Alexei Navalny's release. But authorities already signaling they won't back down. Russian prosecutors on Monday saying the Putin critic should receive real prison time. A court could rule on that already on Tuesday, potentially imprisoning Navalny for years. Patrick Reevell, ABC News, at the Foreign Desk.
Thousands of people in Hong Kong continuing to leave their city for the UK after China imposed a strict national security law on the former British colony last summer. Some say they're leaving because they fear punishment for supporting pro-democracy protests. 5 million Hong Kongers are eligible to apply for visas to Britain, allowing them to eventually apply for British citizenship. This is ABC News.
Microban 24 protects against Staphylococcus aureus and Enterobacter aerogenes bacteria, but does not provide 24-hour protection against viruses. Every time you touch a surface, you leave behind bacteria. To keep surfaces sanitized all day, use Microban 24 sanitizing spray. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99.9% of viruses and bacteria initially, including the virus that causes COVID-19. Once dry, Microban 24 sanitizing spray is effective for 24 hours on bacteria when used as directed.
Dave Packer, ABC News.
I'm Josh from Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration. I hope you are staying healthy. We continue to respond to structural, fire, and water emergencies. We are combating COVID-19 with our highly trained staff and latest disinfection systems, providing preventative and reactive disinfection to facilities around the region, while working with area hospitals on isolation areas and air filtering. At Panhandle, we continue to follow social distancing and hygiene protocols. We are dedicated to our community, and together we will get through this.
Millions plan for retirement online. Estimate your future benefits, apply for retirement, and manage your benefits all from the comfort of your home. And give yourself the freedom to do what you want offline. Social Security's online services help put you in control with secure access to your information anytime, anywhere, allowing you to spend more time with family, friends, or simply just enjoying the day. Social Security, securing today and tomorrow. See what you can do online at socialsecurity.gov.
This is Wheeling Fire Chief Larry Helms, reminding everyone about the seriousness of this COVID-19 in our region during these colder weather months. This virus is spreading rapidly and could put a strain on our hospitals and emergency services. I am asking everyone to please wear a mask. It's important to make sure your mask covers your nose and your mouth at all times. Wearing a mask is one of the only defensive tactics we have to slow this virus down. Remember, wear a mask, stay apart, and wash your hands.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the watchdog trusts.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there is one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. Being in business for over 50 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com.
I'm not buying till I check Doan Ford.
Hello, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster with a look at your local weather forecast for your start to the work week. We look for mostly cloudy skies, a few snow showers on and off through the day. A couple of inches can be expected in some higher elevations. Daytime high near 32 degrees. Your overnight low of 22 degrees under mostly cloudy skies, lingering snow showers. You'll see mostly cloudy skies for the start of your Tuesday. Clouds breaking in the afternoon for some sunshine. Still stays cold with temperatures in the upper 20s. Have yourself a great day, everyone. From the Watchdog, I'm Darnell Foster.
The views and opinions expressed on the following program are not necessarily those of this station or its sponsors.
You unlock this door with the key of imagination. Beyond it is another dimension. A dimension of sound. A dimension of sight. A dimension of mind. You're moving into a land of both shadow and substance, of things and ideas. You just crossed over into the Twilight Zone.
Now it's time for Bill DeFabio on AM 1600 WKKX, The Watchdog.
I didn't hear what you were saying. I live on all emotion, baby. I answer questions, never maybe. And I'm not kind if you betray me. So who the hell are you to save me? I never would have made it, babe. If you needed love, well then ask for love. Could have given love, now I'm taking love. And it's not my fault, 'cause you both deserve.
It's time to play. Let's check Lola's memory concerning movie stars. Today, Lola, is the King of Movies Day. Who's the King of Movies?
Clark Gable?
Yeah, and where was he from? Where was he born?
Oh, Caddis.
Yeah, Caddis, Ohio. I didn't know that. Well, I should have known that. But his first movie, Painted Desert, you didn't see that one, did you? Good one? Favorite Clark Gable movie? I know I didn't give you time to think about it, but I'm like that.
Well, Gone with the Wind comes to mind, but there are a lot of really good ones.
All right. Born in 1901 on this date. I got to mention another loss, someone I knew, was close to. Patricia Rooney, the wife of the late Dan Rooney. She passed at 88, died in her sleep. I know one thing. I have a lot of friends that work for the Salvation Army in Pittsburgh, and she was always there to help. That and the city mission and the YWCA. She was always there to lend a hand. And in tribute to that, to her, if you're on Facebook, my derby, bought it in Dublin. Well, she bought it in Dublin. I paid, I think, $25 for an expensive pair of these Irish socks or whatever, and I'm looking at these lids. Boy, they're nice, but they were expensive. And she said, you look good in that one. And she bought me that one and one next to it. So this is for Patricia Rooney. And of course, I can't pay my respects because it's private and it's for the family. Somebody's making a lot of noise on the line. What are you doing, DJ?
I actually just got back from lunch, so I was walking back to the office, Bill.
Oh, man, I'm here. Hey, you know, we have Twilight Zone, Outer Limits. Was your win over the weekend in overtime something out of the Twilight Zone series?
Well, the fact of the way they got there, trailing 3-1 going into the third period, scoring twice and then winning in overtime, maybe came out of an unexpected area. So, yeah, you could maybe say it was out of the Twilight Zone.
Now, you won 4-3 in overtime, right?
We did, yes.
And you beat Indiana Fuel. Boy, I don't want to hear them for a while. Can we stay away from them?
You've got about 10 days until we see them again.
Well, while we're talking about scheduling, who's coming up this weekend?
The Tulsa Oilers are making their way up from Oklahoma to play a 2-game set on Thursday and Friday night. So we get to see them for just the second time in our history.
All right. Do you visit them later in the year?
So far, no. But again, we don't know what the last 30 games look like, so maybe we will.
Let me ask you this. You're the Pittsburgh Penguins. By the way, the Penguins-Rangers can be heard tonight at 7 o'clock. How are the Penguins going to get out of town because they got a game tomorrow with New Jersey? I think 3 airports are closed in New York because of the snow, and a lot of snow.
Are they home or away against New Jersey tomorrow?
Home.
Okay, well, that could be a little bit trickier. Well, they do fly their own private planes, so that'll be interesting to see if they're able to get out of New York and get home for tomorrow. Otherwise, they may have to postpone it and mess with the schedule. Not that it hasn't been messed with other teams already, like Dallas and Carolina and Nashville. So, you know, I think the NHL is kind of prepared for if they have to shuffle it, but I know they're going to try their hardest. And luckily, like I said, they take their own private transportation, so they might be able to wiggle something that the general public might not be.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. Or else they can take the Greyhound, leave the driving to them, right?
Right.
The players wouldn't mind. You know, hockey players don't care. They just want to play the game and have a couple of beers before or after the game. Tell me about this Pasta brother of mine. I never met him, but I don't hear good things about him. He might have an attitude, or he loses his mind. What happened to the kid D'Angelo with the Rangers?
He's the center of attention right now in New York, and that's not a good thing. And it's all because of attention that he draws to himself. There had been an issue that we had been hearing that with Keandre Miller scoring his first goal for New York and D'Angelo taking the puck. And not really sure what the scenario with that is. They try to say that he gave it to the equipment manager and all that, but D'Angelo tends to be an outspoken human being, and the rumor is there was an altercation in the hallway with Chris Kreider during the Penguins game the other night. So, yeah, D'Angelo has been waived, and probably the best idea for the Rangers to maybe separate themselves from him a little bit.
I just saw the update about 21 minutes ago. He cleared waivers, so I guess nobody wants him, right?
Well, with that baggage, I think there's a lot of good defensemen on the market right now that you don't really want to take the chance with a head case, potentially.
Yeah. Let's see. What else can I read here? They placed him on waivers Sunday night, a day after he was involved with a physical altercation with goaltender Alex, you say it.
Georgiev.
Georgiev? Okay. Sounds like a spaghetti sauce. Pass me the Georgiev. No, whatever.
They got both European goalies. They've got Georgiev and Shesterkin.
Yeah, and I'm glad
they're
I'm
both
reading
young
this.
kids.
Yeah, I'm glad I'm reading this. I thought he retired. Larry Brooks, who writes for the Post, he confirmed this story. I thought Larry retired 10 years ago. Oh, boy.
Tortorella couldn't get him out of there.
That's a great story, too. He's 25 years old. Could you see a team, maybe be perfect for the Capitals? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, they just got Chara, so like, if there's one guy, actually, that's an interesting theory, Bill. Like, if there's one guy that could put this kid in his place, maybe it'd be a guy like Chara in Washington.
No,
but I mean,
I don't.
But you
care
know
about
what though? Like, I don't think he fits in Washington because he's going to be third pair at best because he's a right shot D, and they have Carlson and Schultz as 1 and 2.
Yeah.
So where are you going to put him? You're going to put him as a third line D, and he's going to cry and moan there? Like, that's not going to work.
Yeah, no, I want him in Washington so he and Tom Wilson can go at it. That's what I'm thinking.
Wilson would murder him.
Yeah, I think so. I guess he was on the ice 3 5-on-5 goals Saturday with Jack Johnson on his left. Oh, I forgot Jack Johnson.
What a mess of a pair.
Oh, I forgot. I thought Jack Johnson was sent to Mars, not PA, the planet.
What's your boy Quinny doing with those D pairings? That's awful. David Quinn, the head coach of the Rangers, a former player and coach of your BU Terriers.
I don't know. Hey, we're not all great, you know.
No bean pot today, by the way. That stinks.
Why? What happened?
BU's got cases. They were actually supposed to play BC over the weekend, and they didn't because the whole athletic department for BU shut down.
Wow. Then you got the snowstorm in New York. I don't know. There was some college games gone, but let's see what there was a reaction by D'Angelo. I guess he apologized, but you're gone, my friend. You're gone. So, yeah, that's a strange team to figure out. And you know, even when the Penguins were losing, I think it was Bob Airy that said, you know what, you can just feel the Rangers tightening up as we get closer to the end of the third period. You know, and the Penguins keep
winning. Tells me go ahead.
The Penguins keep losing. I mean, they keep winning these real close games that can't last all year, you know?
No, and I think with the Rangers, too, I think that shows a team that's not really comfortable winning yet.
Yeah.
Like, you can tell the teams that have done it and are confident because they go down the stretch and you can just feel it in them. They're like, yep, we're going to finish this game, no problem. I don't think the Rangers are in that comfortable position. But like you said, yeah, I mean, the Penguins, man, you talk about the cardiac kids of finding ways. All their wins have been insanely close, where it's been overtime, shootout, 1-goal games. But you know what? I kind of see that, and I see that here at this level too, where I think with the division games and there being so few mysteries between the teams and everybody's built so close, that I think you're going to see that more and more, where hockey almost feels like a soccer type of a feel with how tightly the teams are playing right now.
Yeah, you know who I like? He's young. He's pretty cool on the ice with his skates. He's fast. Pierre Olivier? How's he pronounced?
Pierre Olivier Joseph.
No.
Yeah, you can just call him
Olivier.
You can just call him P.O.
P.O.?
P.O.
Okay. I say that to his face if I ever stuck a microphone in his face? Hey, P.O., yo! I watched him. What a nice kid. He was very intelligent with the Q&A after the game. And, yeah, that P.O., I got to remember that. I like that.
They need a guy like him. They need a
yes.
nice young defenseman. And he came out of the Kessel trade, don't forget. He was from Arizona.
Yeah, you're right, yeah. My mistake, my first time I would meet him, which would be down the road probably once they allow me in the locker room. Yo, P.U., how are you? I mean, P.O. By the way, I know not to step on the logo, because you'd have 10, 15 guys want to kick your ass, you know? I learned the hard way years ago. You know? The Steelers have the same thing. They got their logo, and you better not step on it.
It's a sign of respect.
Yeah, okay. But sometimes the locker room's crowded, you know, and you get shoved into place, whatever. But, you know, it's the way the Penguins, I mean, it's nice to see these comeback wins, overtime wins, but you can't keep doing that. I want to see them get a nice lead, 3-0, you know?
You want to see them pound a team, right? You want to just see them run them away. Like, it's hard. Like, there's not as many. Like I said, I've seen it at this level. Like, it's been wild. Like Indy, who we can't stop playing right now. Indy's played 15 games. 14 of the 15 have been decided by 1 goal.
Wow.
They've gone to overtime 8 times. The only game they didn't have decided by a goal had an empty netter with 7 seconds left.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Greenville's been to overtime 10 times.
Yeah, I'm just tired of the fuel, you know?
Me
I really
too.
am. You know? I know you don't have to travel with the team, but you can watch. You're still watching out of your office, right?
Oh yeah, I'm surprised that the office is still standing after the overtime win yesterday.
Well, you think you just won the cup? Come on.
No, well, I mean it's been an up and down. You know, unfortunately, there's been more downs than there's been ups to start the year. So, you know, to have a game go like it did yesterday, I mean, let's go to Saturday first. First of all, it was the first game off of 20 days not playing, which you could definitely see that in the first period where Indy comes out and blows us up 3-0. But a good effort to come back, some encouraging signs in a 5-4 game. And I think that's kind of what helped the team yesterday get some confidence. You fall down 3-1. Our goalie, Halverson, started the game, got run into at the end of the second period. So you're like, oh, this is great. We're down by 2, and our goalie got hurt. Fantastic. And then to see them rally back the way they did in the third, tie it, get a point out of it, and then win it in overtime in a place where Indy hasn't lost yet this year, it was like, all right, you know what? There's a lot to feel good about with yesterday.
Yeah, let's stop this stagecoach, right? Because it's running out of whack. The goaltender's name is Hockey. Are you kidding me?
The goaltender's name is Hayden Hockey. Yeah, John Buccigross from ESPN retweeted us last night actually because of that. So that was cool.
Wow. Did he mention your name?
No, just the team, But yeah, and incredible for Hayden too. I felt so good for him. He actually played at Providence College, and last year he played for Kansas City in this league. But he only played 3 games at the start of the year, struggled, and was pretty well third-string goalie. So yesterday, coming out of relief, was his first appearance in a game since November 3rd of last year, 2019. And it's the first time he's won a game since March of 2019. So 22 months since the guy won a game. And it was his first pro win.
Yeah. I got to get down and do an interview with him. I'll introduce myself and... Hey, I'm Bill DeFabio. Are you Mr. Hockey? Who was Mr.
From
Hockey?
Denver, Colorado.
Denver, Colorado. All right.
Yeah.
Nice place. Well, I visited many times. I don't know if I'd want to live there.
But I felt so happy for him, like just to be able to go through. And like you think about it, the last road trip we were on, that Greenville, South Carolina week-long one, he was here. He didn't travel with the team. We only took 2 goalies on that trip. So, again, you go back to what his mental state was like, you know, just playing 3 games last year, pretty much being relegated as the third, starting this year, same basic position, like here we go again. I'm happy I'm on a roster, but I'm not playing. And yesterday he gets the tap on the shoulder late in the second period, goes in, stops every shot he sees, and gets the win. Like that's got to be an incredible feeling.
Will he be a starter now?
We'll find out. I mean, right now, if Halverson's still hurt after the hit yesterday, then I would have to believe that Hayden gets the start on Thursday.
Was the hit a cheap one or legitimate one?
50-50. Because of the guy who did it, I'm a little on the cheap side of it, but I don't want to bury him because I know him. So that's a tough one to call. He went in hard towards the net. Our guy bumped him a little bit, but their guy didn't make any effort to get out of the way of our goaltender.
Okay, all right. Well, I'll call him cheap. I don't care if he's your friend or not. You know?
He played here 2 years ago, and he led our team in goals and penalty minutes. So,
Why?
200 penalty minutes, you can make that decision.
Oh, that's why he's not around. 200 minutes? Oh my goodness, that's unbelievable. So you're playing a team not named the Fuel Friday and Saturday, right?
Yes, Tulsa Oilers.
All right. Well, hopefully, there's no COVID problems or whatever, but whatever. It's so
Yeah, I mean, things are looking up, but we had some new players in the lineup this weekend, and all three contributed, which was nice to see. Guys who have been around, Austin Fighton, Hayden Hodgson, and Joshua Winquist. And between them, they had 7 points in the 2 games. And I've also got to give Patrick Watling a big thumbs up because he assisted on all 4 goals last night and had a 6-point weekend. So all experienced guys. We didn't have a goal from a rookie this weekend, so that's kind of nice.
Yeah. What can you tell me about Tulsa in about a minute or so?
Tulsa is in a skid. They've lost 9 straight, so hopefully we can capitalize on that. And the reason is they do not score a lot of goals.
Are they coming by bus or plane?
They are coming by bus. I don't know how far that is. I don't know if I want to know how far that is.
That's Tulsa, Oklahoma, right?
That is Tulsa, Oklahoma.
That's a long bus ride. Wow.
And their team name is the Oilers, and they're affiliated with the Ducks. Because that makes sense.
What's their logo like? Oil well?
It's like it's an oil worker's head, pretty much.
Okay, all right. Got to ask you because, you know, your boy's playing for Tampa, Mr. Brady. By the way, this came out about an hour and a half ago, and I've said it on the air, but you probably don't know. His rookie card, signed in the year 2000, just sold for $600,000.
Really?
You have any?
No, I wish I did now that you've mentioned it. I'm in the wrong business, clearly.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. I could understand a rookie card from the 50s or 40s, but, you know, but I guess he's hot right now with the sports memorabilia. You're going to be rooting for Tampa, right, because of Tom Brady?
Of course. You know, it's only the second time in 10 Super Bowls he's the underdog, too.
That's true, yeah. Yeah. It's unbelievable. 10 Super Bowls. Oh.
Only his first one, the Rams one that they won, the only other time he's been an underdog.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. Oh, boy. And if he wins, it'll be another story. 7 Super Bowl wins. Bad enough he played in 14 conference championships. Bad enough he's married to a beautiful woman. If they get divorced, you know I'm going to knock on her door.
I think that would be the only scenario in sports history where a player would have more than a team, right?
Yeah.
Because the leading team has 6 and he would have 7. I don't think there's any other player in any other sport that's won more than the team with the most has ever won.
Yeah, but your friend and, well, I got to know him. You weren't born when I met him in '71. Bill Russell's got 11 rings, I think. Remember, he was a coach too.
Yes, but the Celtics and the Lakers both have, 17?
Yeah, yeah.
So they got him beat. But Brady would beat the Patriots and the Steelers, who both have 6.
Wow, that's another unbelievable stat. And if he wins, he'll want to come back and win again. Can't take that away from him.
Look at their schedule next year. You know he's coming back.
Easy schedule?
No, they're at New England.
Whoa. Oh.
You know he's coming back. There's no way in the world that he's not going to play that game, A, because he'll want that last hoorah in New England, and B, look at how competitive the guy is. The guy literally makes a competition out of everything. And you know, because everybody talks and always does the comparisons, he's going to want to beat Belichick.
Yeah. Boy, that game will be on national television.
The guy has every stinking, accolade, record, whatever. Only guy to come back from whatever in a Super Bowl. Only guy to win a Super Bowl in overtime. Only guy to play a Super Bowl at home. You know he's going to want to just add to the legacy and put a Belichick win under there.
The only guy with all of his money doesn't make as much as his model wife, huh?
How about that? Incredible.
Some guys got all, I don't know if it's luck, but whatever. Whatever. So Tampa, yeah, you're right. Tampa's going to be playing at New England. I wonder what scalpers will get for that game if they're allowed people.
Yeah, I bet you the NFL and the Patriots are praying that they have that game for that purpose.
That's going to be amazing, and he'll want to beat the crap out of Belichick,
Where do you put that game? Do you go Thursday night, Sunday night, Monday night? I can't imagine that's just your routine Sunday 1 o'clock game.
Monday night.
Monday night?
What do you think, Lola? Monday night?
Sunday night. Sunday night. Monday night, you got to have a special channel. It's on ESPN or something.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay, Sunday night.
Sunday night. That'll be an 8 o'clock game.
All right.
How early or late in the season do you put it? Do you put it right away? Do you put it in the middle? Do you put it at the end?
Put it in the middle. Because maybe the Patriots will get off to a good start. Same with Tampa, whatever, Put it in the middle.
I think I'd go around maybe week 3 or 4.
Okay. All right.
See, and you don't want it at the end where playoff hopes could be riding on it for either team. Yeah.
Right.
Wow. And who knows who the quarterback will be for New England, right?
Yeah,
hey,
seriously.
How about this scenario?
It won't be Matthew Stafford.
No. How about if they get Garoppolo back? What if they get Garoppolo back? There's a lot of rumors. How about Garoppolo facing Brady? Would that be great stuff?
I do get a charge out of that Mahomes facing Garoppolo and Brady in back-to-back Super Bowls. That's kind of amusing.
Yeah, it is. Yep, good stuff. So you like the Patriots to win. Will it be close? Not the Patriots, the Bucs.
Of course.
Okay.
It's never a blowout when Brady goes to the Super Bowl. Everything's down to the last stinking drive.
Yeah, and you got a good place kicker to win a lot of those games too, right? Yep, that's ought to be interesting.
When was the last time we had a blowout Super Bowl? It's been a while.
Yeah, it has. I've seen a lot of bad ones. 55-14, 38-7. Okay,
not
man.
Recently, though.
No.
Recently, it's been close.
No. All right. Well, hopefully we'll have games Friday and Saturday. That means the local businesses, including River City, should be doing quite well. How many people do you allow? About 800?
Thursday and Friday, and yes, you're right around the number on how many we can have in the building.
800 each game.
Pretty well. Yep.
Okay. And who's going to ride a bicycle on the ice? I challenge Lola. She hasn't given me a yes or no yet.
That would be unbelievable if we can get you guys down there. That would be a hoot. I would enjoy that.
And if she happens to be leading me by a couple of feet, I will just knock her bicycle over.
We did golf pong the other day. That was neat.
Golf what?
Pong, like, you know, the beer pong. We did it with golf. People would chip into the holes.
Okay, all right. But Lola versus me on a tricycle, that'll be great stuff. And then we'll take.
We got to make it happen.
Yeah, well, you can make it happen. You can make anything happen.
I can make a lot happen.
All right. Hey, thank you, man.
Thank you, Bill. This is fun.
And I can't wait to meet Mr. Hockey.
Yes. Follow him at HockeyPuck35.
Oh, give me a break. That's enough. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
See ya.
Okay. All right. Yeah. When he texted me last night, Mr. Hockey? Give me a break. And that D'Angelo guy, I'd heard lost some bad things. He's not a good teammate, so he probably won't be working again. Well, he might be working at the Golden Arches in New York, if that's still open. A lot of snow there. I don't know how the Penguins are going to get back, but they'll find a way. We'll find a way for our next break and come back to talk with the legend. He's got odds on everything, even unemployed quarterbacks with the odds of where they're going, where they're coming, going, or whatever. We are the Watchdog AM 1600, and we are positively entertaining.
For all of your IT needs, visit OmniPerforms.com. Omni Strategic Technologies, the only IT company that the Watchdog trusts.
In a hurry and need to see a doctor? The Woodsdale Health Center and Walk-In Clinic is located across from Little Caesars on National Road. Open 7 to 7 Monday through Friday. Patients can receive primary care, treatment of minor illnesses and injuries, wellness visits and physicals. There's also a lab draw station open from 8 to noon weekdays. A division of Wheeling Hospital, the Woodsdale Health Center is led by family physician Dr. Michael Wilson. Call 304-234-1971. They'll take good care of you.
Are you struggling to make payments due to an unexpected financial obligation or loss of income? Are you receiving calls from debt collectors? Are you feeling overwhelmed and unsure of what steps to take next? Then you need the experience and expertise of attorney Tom McIntyre and his staff to help guide you through these temporary hardships. Want to hear more about how Tom can help? Then call 877-456-4155 and receive a free copy of Tom's ebook, When Bad Things Happen to Good People. Tom's ebook covers many questions people have about bankruptcy and includes interesting stories about people who tried to avoid filing and people who have filed for bankruptcy. We think you'll be surprised to learn some interesting facts about bankruptcy. Call 877-456-4155.
Hey, I'm going to the kitchen. Can I grab you a Coors Light?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Huh. I never knew there was a zip line in my fridge. Hey! Hey, buddy! Yeah? You got 2 Coors Lights up there?
You got it! Always brewed down to 34 degrees. With a taste as cold as the Rockies, only Coors Light gives you refreshment every time.
Here you go. 2 Coors Lights.
Awesome, man. Wow, these are really cold.
That's the only way I deliver it.
Sure. I mean, you being a mountain climber and all.
Yep.
You probably need a pretty warm coat in there, huh?
Yep.
Hey, Ben!
Yeah!
Ask him if he has any nachos.
You got any nachos in there?
No.
Just icy cold Coors Light?
Yep.
That makes sense. It is the Rockies.
Coors Light, the world's most refreshing beer. Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado. With great beer comes great responsibility.
Wheeling Coin and Hobby on 10th Street in Wheeling, next to the Bridge Tavern in downtown Wheeling, wants to buy any and all unwanted gold and silver jewelry. They are paying top dollar for 10, 14, 18, and 22 karat gold plus 925 sterling silver. They also want to buy collectible coins and paper money from before 1933. Wheeling Coin and Hobby is open daily from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., Monday through Saturday. Coin and Hobby, 304-232-8430, and add them on Facebook.
Dutch Boy's new Platinum Plus paint with Stain Shield technology has the performance you expect from a luxury paint at a price you didn't. Platinum Plus is up to 50% more washable and stain resistant than a leading premium paint in satin sheen. Superiority ranges from 24 to 50% depending on sheen selected. Platinum Plus keeps your walls looking new longer. Menards and Dutch Boy Paint have you covered. Go ahead, live your life.
Does your dog need groomed or walked? Are you looking for a pet sitter or dog boarding options? If so, call Dirty Paws, Wheeling's newest pet care service, providing the Ohio Valley with everyone's pet care needs. Check us out on Facebook at Dirty Paws WHG or call 304-639-7754.
The Storm Tracker 7 team is here to warn you when winter weather will affect your day.
And as we go through the overnight after our coating of snow, we'll wake up tomorrow morning with a few snow flurries.
We are also here to help you make the most of the season. Is it a good day to build a snowman? Should you take the kids sledding? Check out our app before you head out the door.
We're going to bottom out to temperatures in the upper 20s.
With meteorologists Dr. Dave Walker, Zach Petty, and me, Aaron Myler, we've got weather coverage you can count on. 7 News, working for you.
The Metro News Update is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
West Virginia Metro News. I'm Chris Lawrence. Although the day's positivity rate is at 8.03% in reporting from the DHHR, other numbers in regard to COVID-19's pandemic in West Virginia showing strong improvement. Today's death toll, only 4 individuals statewide. There were 438 in the hospital statewide today. That continues to drop and lower daily, the lowest number since November 21st. 118 of those are in ICU. That's the lowest census for intensive care for COVID since November 16th. There are now 46 COVID patients in the Charleston area medical center hospitals. CAMC announcing it will now allow some limited visitations. Hospital spokesman Dale Witt.
Over the last couple of weeks or so, our numbers of COVID positive inpatients has been steadily declining. Today, there's only 46 patients throughout 4 CAMC hospitals, and we haven't seen numbers this low since maybe the end of October.
Governor Jim Justice today announcing there'll be a vaccine clinic in all 55 counties of the state from February 3rd through the 6th. That's Wednesday through Friday. Those over the age of 65 are eligible, and you can pre-register at vaccinate.wv.gov. Snowfall continuing to pound northern and eastern parts of the mountain state today with winter storm warnings in the highest elevations of the northern mountains and Potomac Highlands, winter weather advisories elsewhere. Western parts of the state, though, in the Kanawha Valley, see mostly a mix of rain and snow. You're listening to Metro News, the voice of West Virginia. Motorists traveling I-70 through the Wheeling area can plan for 9 months of detours as they head eastbound. It's phase 2 of the $214 million bridge rehab work in Ohio County. Philip Stahl is the Wheeling Police Department's public information officer and says it's a headache now, but worth.
People are eager to have the work done. We know that it needs to be done. I've always believed, and we've always have said here at the police department, being patient about it, the end product will be worth it.
Those detours took effect earlier today. From the Metro News Anchor Desk, I'm Chris Lawrence.
Before getting started with the morning show with Howard Monroe, listen to the latest breaking news, traffic, and weather updates with WTRF's live news broadcast. Weekdays beginning at 6 a.m. only on the Watchdog.
And I love them, cause to me they're all the same. I hug them and I squeeze them, they don't even know my name. They call me the Wanderer, yeah, the Wanderer. I roam around. Oh, well, there's Flo on my left arm and there's Mary on my right. And Janie is the girl shirt and I show a rosy on my chest, 'cause I'm a wanderer. Yeah, a wanderer. I roam around. Oh, well, I roam from town to town. I go through life without a care, and I'm as happy as a clown.
Before we get to the legend, I'm wondering about this. I don't make this stuff up, folks, because I'm not that smart. Lola, did you hear about the self-tying new tennis shoes coming out?
No, I did not.
You put your foot in, you click it some way, and it ties itself. It folds over like that.
That'll be helpful for old people.
Yeah. Well, are you saying that I can't bend down now to tie my shoes?
I don't know. Why are you so interested in self-tying shoes?
Well, I was trying to find out how much they're going to be. Doesn't say. I got to figure
a lot.
$1,000, thousands of dollars. I mean, I'm looking at the prices of Nike shoes right now. The regulars with the shoestrings, $400. There's a pair for, who would pay $650 for a pair of Nikes? Unless your name's LeBron, right? It's amazing. I usually go shopping at the Payless stores, but the one I go to is no longer there. It's called the Franklin Mall. I was there the other day. There's like 7 stores. Their doors are done. And I guess Marshall's is going to go too. The barbecue place, Chinese restaurant, Charlie's Hoagie, I don't know. I don't want to talk restaurant business. Only I got to go visit this guy when he's working, because I know he'll be treating me like royalty. Okay? Legend, how are you?
Billy, I got 2 questions for you today.
Well, if I don't know the answer, I'll make it up. Go ahead.
Number 1, how many chairs did it take to secure my parking spot outside? And number 2, is Lola glad that her quarterback's gone?
Lola was smiling and happy when I was talking to her about, I said, Stafford, it may sound like you died. He's going to a better place.
Yeah, yes, I am. I'm glad he's going to have the opportunity to play with a really good team. That's good news. I mean, I'm sad to see him go, but I'm glad that he's going to have the opportunity.
I don't know if he's coming to Heinz Field or not. I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't want to look at next year's schedule yet. Although, I was talking to DJ Abasella, our hockey puck from New England, and he said Tampa Bay is going to be playing at New England. How about that? You know Brady wants to beat up on Belichick, you know? That'll be interesting. What if the Patriots get Jimmy Garoppolo? That'll be cool beans, too.
Billy, if you go lay $100 on Deshaun Watson going to New England, you can win $950.
How much? 100?
Yep, $950.
They're
eyeing them up.
Okay. Lola, you got $100 in your purse?
No.
Okay. Are there odds where a lot of these guys are going? There's a lot of free agent QBs. I only have like 20 minutes and I can't go through all of them. Give me some key moves that you might see happening and people betting on it.
Okay. As a matter of fact, if you asked that question, we'll start off with Aaron Rodgers. He's minus 550 not to leave Green Bay. So that's almost certain that he's not going anywhere.
No
but
go, okay.
Intriguing, as we've mentioned, New England, plus 950, and the Steelers at 1,200. Carson Wentz, minus 130 that he doesn't leave the Eagles. So you lay 130 to win 100.
Well, with a new coach, I would believe that. Okay. I was a big Carson. I was a big fan. Even when didn't he sign a big contract? I'm thinking, what's he done? He's Carson Wentz. He's not Drew Brees, Matthew Stafford, Ben Roethlisberger. Okay, go ahead.
Drew Brees retiring and coming back. You gotta lay 700, or you gotta lay 700 to win 100. Him retiring, but coming back, if you lay 100, you win 400.
Okay, I'll let that one go.
Okay, you got your man. Is that Biff, the Chicago Bears fan?
Yeah, he likes losers. Biff, Notre Dame. What do you got for him?
Okay, Deshaun Watson. The leading team right now is the Jets. But since he's listening, the Bears, the Chicago Bears, if he runs down to Wheeling Island right now, lay $100 on the Chicago Bears, he can win $1,200.
Wow. I don't think he would go to Wheeling Island to bet. He'd go to Wheeling Island. They got a fancy steakhouse, and he likes steak. So, but yeah, that's cool. That's cool.
Check this out. If he goes down Wheeling Island and puts $100 on the Steelers, he could win $4,000.
Steelers to do what?
For Deshaun Watson to come play for the Steelers.
Oh well, that, I'll be very. Don't the Texans want like 2 number 1 picks, a couple players? Hold on, I wrote it down somewhere. I had it here. Hold on.
Since you mentioned that.
2 number 1s, 2 number 2s, and 2 defensive players. What team is crazy enough to do that?
Since you mentioned that, I kind of like, you know what? I don't think he's going anywhere. I think that owner's going to make him sit and wait and wait and wait. If the Texans, if he doesn't go anywhere and you lay $100, you can win $500 on the Texans.
Why make them wait if somebody comes up with a reasonable offer, not like the offer they're putting out there?
I don't, this goes both ways. They tell him one thing, they said that he had a voice, he had an opinion in it. And then think about if Bill DeFabio is the owner of the Texans. And you got this guy, this quarterback, you're paying $165 million. And he's telling you what to do. He's telling you how to run your ball club. Think about that.
I would tell him, if your car in the parking lot, I'd get out of town. I would try and trade him, and I wouldn't ask for that much. You're going to get some quality and some draft picks for him. They're asking for too much, But it's the Texans. Other than the Bengals, I think they're the worst team business-wise in the National Football League. Yeah, it couldn't work.
Now,
it couldn't work for them.
I know you asked me for some props for the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Save your best for Friday.
I got a couple good ones here.
Okay, go ahead.
Color of the Gatorade.
What? Mm-hmm. Color of the Gatorade? Yeah. Who bets on that?
Everybody.
They throw in the winning coach. Orange is in the lead right now at 150. So if you lay $100, you can win 150. But the one I like is the water. If you lay $100 on the water, you can win $700.
They just throw water, right? Okay. All
right. Okay, now, fan running on the field.
Oh,
no. Yes, $100 gets you $600. But not running on the field, you have to lay $1,200 to win $100. How many times are they going to say Joe Biden's name?
People are going to bet on that. Come on. Go ahead.
Over one time, you can win $190. Under one time, you have to lay $290 to win $100.
Is he going to the game, do you know?
I don't know.
See, if he was in Pittsburgh, you could treat him at the restaurant. You've had so many celebrities and personalities. I'm sure it'd be another notch in your belt that, hey, I waited on Joe Biden. There you go.
I'd have to wait for the Secret Service to come in first.
Yeah.
Through the camera.
Yeah, they have to test the food too, don't they? Before Joe eats it, doesn't somebody have to taste it?
Yeah, they do a lot of different things. You'd be surprised.
Yeah, I'll pay you $100 if you put hot sauce in all of his food. There you go. Taste that, security guard. If you're listening, government, I'm just joking. All right, what other? I didn't know you could bet on the Gatorade. Jeez.
First time they say anything about Tom Brady. If they say the 10th time he's been in the Super Bowl, you have to lay $150 to win $100. But if they do mention his age, you can win $110 on $100. Wow.
Well, his name will be mentioned a lot.
Here's something for you. You'll like this one.
Okay.
National anthem.
No. Okay.
Over 1 minute and 59 seconds. That's a pick 'em.
Yeah.
Under 1 minute and 59 seconds, it's minus 140. So you have to lay 140 to 100 on the national anthem.
What's the longest national anthem? Was it Whitney Houston in Super Bowl 25?
Yes.
Okay. Well, she was on tape, too, for that. I never realized that till 10 years later. I remember that. That was strange. That was after, what, 9/11? And all the jets flew over the stadium, and there was the crowd was real quiet, and she, exploded, and it sounded so great. I think that's one night Americans, really respected our government, our flag, and each other. I'll never forget that. But that's Super Bowl 25, which was a long time ago. All right. I like some of this stuff. How about guys getting thrown out? Is there a bet on that? Because, one guy could get thrown out. If he hits Brady real hard, hurts him, he's going to get thrown out. Is there a bet on that?
No. I'll have to look that up for you.
You didn't do your homework, huh?
Well, I got something else here you might like.
Okay, well, knock my socks off.
The first player shown during the national anthem. Brady is minus 130 and Mahomes is minus 110. Here's a couple more.
On that one, I got to go with Brady. They'll show a lot of Brady. Okay, I'm ready.
Wait to hear this one.
I'm writing these down. Go ahead.
Halftime show. How many songs at halftime are they going to sing? Over 8, minus 220, or under plus 155. So if you bet under and lay $100, you can win 155. If you bet over, you got to lay $220 to win 100.
Lowell, I see the commercial where the guy driving to the stadium goes through the security guard, and the security guard does a double take on who it is. Who is singing it? Do you know?
It's The Weeknd.
It's The Weeknd?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
That's his name. The Weeknd. That's who's doing the halftime show.
The Weeknd. Okay, I didn't know that. See what I learned from Lola? Did you know that?
I did know that. And I also have some breaking news for Lola.
Oh, boy. Go ahead.
Michigan quarterback leaves the team. Guess who it was?
I don't know. Who?
Christian McCaffrey's brother, Ed McCaffrey's son.
How about that?
He's going to Northern Colorado to start for his dad. His dad coaches in Northern Colorado University.
He leaves Michigan to go to Colorado?
Northern Colorado.
Yeah, I didn't even know where to. I didn't even know they had a football team.
Well, that's because it's a sinking ship. It's like trying to rearrange the deck chairs on the Titanic.
Yeah, she's not a big Harbaugh fan. That's something we agree on. Matter of fact, I don't like either one of them. But, Jim, you can have them. Is there odds on him getting fired, which will probably never take place for another few years?
He just signed that new contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. He can recruit, but I know one thing. He can't beat Ohio State. Whatever. McCaffrey.
You want to talk about a sinking ship? Jared Goff. Oh, my God.
Lowell and I were talking about that. I mean, it's unbelievable what they gave up. I have the numbers circled. Here we go. 2 future first-round draft picks, a third-round pick, and a person with knowledge says it's a done deal, but they have to wait till March 17th. Who would give up that much of your refrigerator for Jared Goff? Now, a couple years ago when they faced the Patriots, I was a big fan because he had a big year, but what has he done since? But maybe a new team? Who knows? But have fun in Detroit, Jared. Have fun in Detroit. All right.
Billy, Matthew Stafford was 70, 94, and 3 playoff losses.
He only won 70 games while losing 94?
Wow.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow, that is a wow. 24 games over 500.
The Rams went from 18-1 to winning the Super Bowl. Now they're 11-1.
Okay. Do you have who's going to be the first player carried out on a stretcher? You got everything else.
No, nobody on a stretcher.
Okay.
I gave you the.
How about the coin flip? How about the coin flip? What time it'll take place?
That's basic even money there. The most you can lose is $5 either way. So you lay 105 and you win 100. But you lose more if it's Jerome Bettis.
I remember that on Thanksgiving Day. You know who the quarterback was for the Lions, don't you? Charlie Batch.
You're exactly right.
Yeah. He's a pretty cool guy. What was the other one? We covered the national anthem. I had on the tip of my tongue to ask you. You have a couple of more minutes if you want to talk about betting while I think about what I was going to ask you a couple minutes ago.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm glad you asked me that because somebody on Friday laid $2.3 million on the Tampa Bay Bucks to win the Super Bowl. Now, I was very surprised that the line did not change. Still -3.
-3, yeah.
All of us are considered the squares.
Okay.
Now here, the sharp guys. That's what everybody's waiting for right now, and that's what the sharp guys are waiting for. They're waiting for the hook. They're waiting for the half a point. But I don't think they're going to get the half a point, and I think it's going to stay 3, and it might even go down to 2.5. Okay. But the highest, the total right now is the second highest total ever in Super Bowl history at 56.5. That's the bet I like.
Now, the individual that bet $2.3 million, if he wins, what does he get back?
He gets $2 million back.
Why even bet 2.3 if you're only going to get 2 back?
Yeah, I got to put the juice up.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, that should be interesting. You know what? I was looking at the KansasCityChiefs.com or whatever you call it, and you know their offensive line. There's only like one regular starter. Most of the other guys are backups in that. What if they don't protect Mahomes against that Tampa Bay defense? You know, Mahomes could have. I have yet to see it. A really bad game.
Think about the kid from Central Catholic that won a Super Bowl with Kansas City, came back over here to the Steelers.
Wisniewski.
He was out.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That family is, tell you what, the roots are firm, man. Great athletes out of that school and out of the, just that name, Wisniewski. Yeah, I don't know. Nobody's telling me what happened with the Steelers. He was just gone. So, and I don't think it was an injury. Steelers surely could have used him. I know that. But, yeah, he could get another ring. Yep. All right. Okay. You don't have anything on attendance, right? Because we don't know how many people they're going to allow in?
Right. Nothing on attendance.
And as of last night, just to get into the stadium, almost 10,000 now. Can you imagine if you took the wife and you bought 2 tickets just to get into the stadium? They might not be good seats. You might be sitting under the pirate ship. $18,000? Oh, my.
Since you brought that up, as a matter of fact, there's 900 props.
Okay.
Total on the whole Super Bowl. And can you imagine if there was a prop on how many people are staying at Tom Brady's house?
I know. That's unbelievable stuff. Hopefully you'll have unbelievable stuff on Friday, okay?
I will.
All right. Hey, thanks for everything, man. By the way, you know what today's the anniversary of, don't you?
I don't.
Okay, well, there's a couple interesting anniversaries. Jim Thorpe, who I never interviewed, was star of the 1912 Olympics. On this date in 1913, he said, to hell with the Olympics, I want to play baseball. So he signed with the New York Giants. You a Vince Lombardi fan?
Yes, I am.
I am. 1968, on this date, he guided Green Bay to 5 National Football League championships, 2 Super Bowls. He resigned as the Packers head coach. Finally, Ben Roethlisberger and the Steelers beat Arizona in Super Bowl 43, 27-23. Look forward to Friday. Keep up the good work with the numbers, because you are the numbers guy, okay?
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Bye-bye. The Big Rick Show with Big Rick, however he calls himself, he's coming up next from 2 to 5. You just keep it on AM 1600, you hear? Or I'll stick Lola on you.
She asked me which one I love the best. I tear open my shirt and I show a rosy on my chest, 'cause I'm a wanderer. Yeah, a wanderer. I roam around, 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 around.
The Watchdog is FM 98.1, AM 1600 WKKX Wheeling, FM 97.7, AM 1370 WVLY Moundsville.
The ABC News is brought to you by Thomas Auto Centers, Mall Road, St. Clairsville. Get the best deal at Thomas Auto Centers.
From ABC News, I'm Dave Packard. 10 Republican senators have released the framework for their proposal for another round of COVID economic relief before they meet with President Biden today.
The price tag of their plan is nowhere near the $1.9 trillion proposed